He pays child support for her to maintain those kids at a certain level. Now, I do understand why the state does this, because they don't want the mom going on welfare. But that's not the way it used to, or that's not the way it is anymore. Women, they can go out in 5 seconds, 5 fucking minutes, and they can get a boyfriend to move in with them and start milking him while they collect not only half your shit, but alimony and child support. It is a racket. The whole thing is a racket, and it's designed to enrich themselves, destroy you, and control your behavior and your tongue. I guarantee my ex does not like these Mgtow videos I put up. And I'm allowed to talk about my life and the things that happen in it, because I don't want anyone else to make these fucking mistakes. To expose yourself to feminists and their games, their wiles, their tricks, their manipulations, is to take a good life and surround it on all sides with bullshit and control and destructive forces that steal your money, steal your well-being, your peace of mind. They steal your manhood. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Because you see other couples together? Because your parents were together? Because your parents split apart and you wanted to prove that you could do it, that you're better than your father that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sons wanting to be like their father and do even better. And fathers want their sons to be like them and do even better. But that's the trick. That's the lie. That's the fucking fairy tale that has real consequences to it. There's real consequences to having a woman around. And what drives us? A little psychology and our testicles, right? That testosterone drive that says dominate, 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 win, fuck the woman, you got it. Right? In order to get the woman, then they go, wow, see how good we are together? You can have me all you want. Just marry me. Come on, big boy. Marry me. Oh, yeah, that's great. Now let's have kids. Oh, what a great idea. See how wonderful this is? Now get to work while she goes and screws some other guy. You take a simple system of self-improvement, creation, wealth building, peace, satisfaction, and then you just throw a wet blanket of shit over it with a woman. You know, as a student of the masculine and a student of current affairs, I see the pitfall. I see the trap. And so I can talk to you all day, all fucking day, about getting up early, getting a good cup of coffee, sitting down and studying any material, whether it's economic, whether it's about your job, whether it's about politics, something to make your brain wake up and start thinking positive things, how to deal with life, how to win, how to get over it. Always building on your personal education, your knowledge and wisdom, and then going to work and busting your ass. And then coming home and getting a good solid dinner and getting a stogie and a drink and relaxing. Basically downloading everything from your brain to your heart and from your heart to your brain and just digesting everything in the day. Yes, sir. And you just relax, and now you're a better man. You've made progress. You're building on yourself. You're enjoying life. I can tell you how to do those things. You can speak properly to your boss. You can network with other people who are successful instead of living your life around a bunch of fucking losers, you know, and stupid drug addicts. And it's just the stupidity out there. Just leave it all behind and be your own man and build yourself. I can tell you all that stuff. But if you put yourself together with a woman who is a feminist harpy, a destructive psychological time bomb, that wraps herself around you and makes you focus on her instead of yourself, while she focuses on herself and her secret agenda, which is to get you to join her in a business relationship in which you do all the fucking work and then you continue to pay for it after she leaves you. So that's what I offer. I offer not only the information about how to build yourself better, but you know best how your personality works. And it's your choice to make. How hard do you want to work? How much education do you need? Are you willing to move and go and do things to find that wealth? Or are you going to tie yourself up with a woman who literally brings you down? Emasculates you, controls you, destroys you. Women embarrass men so much to themselves that men are ashamed of themselves. And they become submissive and controlled. That's why I say go Mgtow. Mgtow is freedom. And with freedom comes prosperity. It's not just a quaint saying. It didn't apply 200 years ago and not today. It applies today. It applies politically. It applies personally. It applies psychologically. When you are free, you can prosper. When you're politically free, you prosper. When you're physically free, not tied down, you prosper. When you're psychologically free, you prosper. In all ways, physical body. Like I'm 47, I got a pretty good physique. Health-wise, my heart is better. My body feels better. Right? Not just muscles, but my general health. I'm not sick anymore. Would you believe that I used to have a continuous, constant cold or cough or illness of some sort for years and years in my marriage? It wasn't just the cats and all the fucking chemicals in the house. It was the psychological trauma. You can get away from that. And if you want a girlfriend, you want to bang some chick, then sit down and schedule it in, right? Put it in your schedule, write it in. Okay, I'm going to go out on a date here and put up with a bunch of shit, get laid, and then fucking move on. But it starts that way. And then it grows and grows and grows until you've got a pink fluffy toilet mat that you squish your toes in while you take a shit. That's where you'll end up if you are not a stalwart man. And what I mean by that is boys that leave high school and continuously chase girls never get a feeling or a sense of satisfaction of self, of building yourself. And I can tell you as a fact, unless you were wealthy, men would leave their family, spend anywhere from 5 to 15 years building wealth before they would consider courting a woman for marriage and children. It did a few things. It gave them a sense of independence. It showed them how important they were and that they could live without a woman, and that the woman was an addition to their life to improve it, not to drag them down. And that they were older than this woman by 10 years or 15 years or 5 years, whatever it was. She was young and he was mature. He ran the relationship. He was the boss. His word was the word. He was the master of his domain. And the woman could come along with him as his helper, not as his equal. And if she didn't like it, there's the fucking door. Right up front. Right up front. There's the door. If you come in that door and choose to be with me, the man, in my life, in my house, you give up all self-ownership and belief that you can do what you want when you want. Because now I'm in charge of taking care of you and paying for you. And even back then, women were expensive. More expensive than men. Clothing, makeup, hair, shoes, whatever. They're expensive. And if a man had to pay for that, then he required submission on her part to not make his life a living hell. A cacophony of whining, sniveling, and bitching, so that he didn't want to come home to his own home. So that when he came home, it wasn't his, it was hers. That is what men face today, and that is why I say to you, be a man. Mgtow, go your own way. If you're an old man, you know. If you're married, you fucking know. And if you're a young man not there yet, I don't say don't get a woman ever. Don't ever have children. You just better fucking plan it out the right way. And at the very least, give yourself time to grow up, mature, and realize your own value before you make those decisions. Those life-crushing decisions where you move a parasite into your house. And that parasite is feminism. And the creature is the feminist. And they see you as a meal ticket. They see you as a stepping stone. They will make you work and then take your value from you. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. And I don't hear any women saying that women don't do this to men. I have yet to hear a woman go, yeah, John, you say this and that, but women don't take half men's shit. Women don't get alimony. Women don't get child support. Women don't use custody as a lever to control a man. Women don't do that. No, women don't leave men for other men. No one denies it. They're fucking accepting the facts as stated. They just don't like the fact that I'm saying it. Women, feminist women, don't like the fact that I am saying it and it's true. Because they're cockroaches and they like to do their dirty work in the dark. So I shed the light of truth. Right? The light of truth is shed on them. I've exposed them and I'm going to keep doing it for the benefit of men so they don't make those same errors. So that if you're going to have a relationship, you understand the pitfalls. And in order to insulate or protect yourself, the prophylactic is available. It is called a irrevocable trust to put your assets in. It is controlling all of the money with an iron fist. That is what you have to do with them. And to never, ever, ever give in to their feminist wiles. You have to be in charge, because if you're not, they will be. And one of the last pieces that is played is called custody of your children after the divorce and child support payments, and then they slowly tick the clock off. They won't get remarried because they want alimony, and they'll get it from you. But child custody is one of the most vicious tools that women use to control men. So I wanted to talk about it and then expand on the topic. You guys, thank you again for your donations, PayPal, your donations on Patreon. Cheers to all you men. Yes, sir. Mgtow is freedom. I have the penis. I'm the man. I make it happen. And I am in charge of myself. And I have to say, I've gotten lots and lots of messages, thank yous, that I've made a difference just by voicing an opinion. Just by voicing an opinion, I've made a difference in many, many, many men's lives now. Who knows how many, because not everyone writes. But men are starting to stand up. Starting to take back their lives. Starting to show the world that we don't have to be stool pigeons to these stools with tits. Because they are shitty. To play on the stool pun, they're shitheads. And it's now time for them to pay. Pay their own way, that is. Go your own way. Men, Mgtow. Mgtow is freedom. Right? Semper Fi, guys. I'll talk to you soon.